Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So you guys, I don't know how I'm missing all these videos this month, but you know what? I'm here now. So we're going to jump right in. We do have a budget update. Lots going on, and I want to make sure that everybody is aware, right? That's why you come here for the budget videos. So let's jump in, right? We've had a ton of stuff going on. Lots of monies coming in and out. And I honestly get it discombobulates my mind when I have a lot of monies funnel in and out. So I'm actually going to just share with you kind of what came in and then what went out to make sure that we know exactly. And then I'll have a taxes update for you at the end, right? It's tax season. Don't forget to really put some goals in place. Whatever you need to get done, now's a good time to get done if you're on the receiving end of a refund, right? And if you're not, and you've been saving all year for that sinking fund to be able to pay those taxes. So let's jump into this. All right, so my monthly payroll deposit was $3,294.94. Kids deposit has all rolled in for the month, which is $938. One mom revenue popped in at $1,113.19, and we had Google AdSense of $923.19. And then I had additional revenue from my Facebook Reels, $190. So if you have watched a video or watched Reels, thank you so much for doing that. As of yet, we have not been invited on the Instagram side to jump into their paid program. We're waiting for that invitation. You know, the opportunity to earn as much is not there as it is on Facebook. However, we do get a ton of views on Instagram. And that's only because I have about 4,000 more followers on Instagram than I do on Facebook. I just moved professionally to Facebook about December to a professional page. And you have to have a professional page in order to be in this program. So I was just a regular Shakema personal page, but then I jumped to that. And again, that's given us about $190 worth of income. Would love to see that income increase. And the kids and I will keep doing reels to have that happen. Moving down, I had unexpected gifts, blessings, or funds transferred of $1,705, which makes that I had a blessing of $545, and then my insurance payout from Jackson, where he had broke his hand, finally came through at $1,160. So that ended up being $7,051.13 for the month, right? Okay, moving down, looking at expenses. For our living expenses, we had $977.76. Electric heating and air, we had $142.01. For water, we had $67.04. Our cell phone was $70. Internet was $74.99. Household repairs, that was a sinking fund that actually came out of Google AdSense at $50. Mr. Jerome, $400, and that actually was for the trees. It wasn't for Mr. Jerome. But I just put it there. And then scrolling down further, for my Roth IRA was $75, Amazon Prime was $11, PureFlix was $9, Healthways was $29. Actually, that did roll up into $54. I have to change that number because my gym populated out as well. The $29 is for Alana. I still paid the $25. I got grandfathered in. All right, I got grandfathered in at the $25 mark because after I was a member for several years, they increased it $29. Taekwondo for Jackson was $169. Taxes off of the $923 from the Google AdSense was $139. So that went into the federal and state tax sinking fund that I have been saving towards, waiting for me to get done with my taxes. Homeschool Curriculum, $50 for Jackson. We are so close to having what we need as far as his curriculum for next year. I think I have one more which will be April, and then I'll actually get another one in May. So he'll have a little bit extra in case he wants to take a couple of enrichment courses or additional elective classes. For the new camera or the laptop, $20, and then piano lessons and dance, $155. Moving down further, groceries broken down. Of course, I had that one little snafu for groceries. So I actually had a $600 grocery budget month versus a $500 grocery budget month. The grocery budget will have to be looked at in the next month because of gas. So gas is really doing a thing right now. And so we are spending a ton in gas. So I'm going to have to make adjustments. And I've always been the one to make adjustments in my grocery budget if I needed to find money to go other places. So $500 for my monthly groceries, 75 for summer groceries, and then 25 for monthly preps. Moving down, personal expenses, $50 for haircut, $13 for the P.O. box, $200 for the kids' savings, $40 for Gracie. Gas. Okay, this gas price is totally off, and that's because I have not put gas in because I'm doing gas every 3 days, and so I just keep forgetting to put gas in. But I know I probably have spent $500 to $600 in gas this month, which is double my budget because I went to South Carolina twice in 2 days, and I know I spent at least $100 and some dollars getting gas to do that, to go there and come back and go there and come back because my dad had church anniversary. And then every third day, I'm putting about $40 into my tank for regular work. So I probably spent close to $500 to $600 in gas, and I've had to take money out of my savings account for gas. Oil change, $20. License, registration, car insurance. Okay, it says $550, $536. My car insurance renewed for 6 months, or it renews April 1st. And so I went ahead and paid that. And I had money in my sinking fund, right? I had been saving up money in my sinking fund. And then that last $85, I wanted to make sure that I went ahead and paid it before April 1st because I wanted lapse in my insurance. So I took the money from the sinking fund, dumped it in, and just paid that out of my account. Tithes and offering was $907. Gifts or blow money was $134.50. And then my baby step number 3 was $1734. Moving down for my expenses for Canva, Google Meet. Okay, so I have 2 Google Meet accounts and expenses. I have a Google Meet expense for my First Love Ministries. And what I was doing, because you can do Google Meet for up to an hour for free, but then you have to pay, right? So I had already paid for First Love Ministries because we meet in my Saturday morning groups and my Monday night group and the teen group. We meet more than an hour. So I wanted to make sure that I was, covered. I didn't want us to be in the middle of a meeting and it get shut off. Then what happened was when I started the memberships, I needed to have a meeting space that was more than an hour. So I was using First Love Ministries to meet. And so in order to keep everything clean, right? Because I don't want anybody thinking that one mom pays for First Love. First Love Ministries is its own separate entity. It does its own separate thing. And I want to make sure that everybody that is doing One Mom memberships gets invites and emails from One Mom. So I just went ahead and set up a separate Google Meet space for One Mom. Now, this actually is for Canva. So I use Canva across the board, right? So I use Canva across the board, and I actually do need to put my First Love Ministries meeting money in here because that came out. So for One Mom, I got a deal. It's this month was only No, it was $7.99. It still was $7.99, but I got 2-week free trial, so they're still going to charge me $7.99. I actually had to upgrade my Google workspace for my First Love Ministries because I do a lot more meetings, and the meetings are all saved. And so that's going to cost me $30 a year. So again, a sinking fund for the year. For First Love Ministries, no problem. So let me run you into this week, and we can see how everything rolled out for the week. All right, so going back into this week's budget, right? So the reason I like to use the MYMT personal budget sheet is because I'm able to put in how much I'm spending per week. So if I really go back, this is the Sunday that I was at my dad's, which was, last week, the 20th through the 26th. Today is actually the 26th. It's prom for Alana. So I did household repairs because Google AdSense came in on Tuesday. So that was when I did sinking funds. So $50 for my household repairs, $50 for the Roth IRA because I already did 25 ahead of time, 11 for the Amazon Prime sinking fund, $9 for PureFlix. My Health Wage Gym, I'm just going to put that in for this week. It already came out, but I'll put it in there. Taxes, my sinking fund was $139. No homeschool curriculum for sinking fund because I do that in the very first time I get child support for the month. I used to take it out each week, but it just got to be too much because sometimes the weeks don't line up right or it's a different amount, and I'm trying to divide it up. So I just take that lump sum out, the very first child support payment that comes, and I leave it that way. New camera sinking fund was $20. We did not have any piano this week because her teacher was in Orlando, and we already paid dance up front. Moving down into groceries, nothing for groceries this week. Personal care, the P.O. Box sinking fund came out. Moving down, Gracie, the savings for the kids was $40 because I needed $20 each to make up their 100. Gracie got $40 in her sinking fund. And then here's where gas, right? So I put in $40 Sunday and $51.12 Monday. Let me see what today is. Today is Saturday. So when I put more gas, Thursday night, which because it was after church, so I did $30 Thursday night. So just in a week, I put in $121, and I'm sure I'm missing one. Oil change was my $20. And then for my car insurance was $555.36. Moving down from the car insurance, which again that's for my 6 months, tithes and offering I did $215, and then and that was tithes $215. I know $93 came from 93 came from the Google AdSense, 19 came from the Facebook Reels, and then 116, I actually just rounded up to 120, came from the lump sum that I got from the insurance company. Now, in real time, I'd already paid tithe on that insurance money. How was that? Because when I cashed out my insurance policy to get my teeth done, right, to get the teeth work I needed done, I paid tithe on that. So the money I had saved left over from that was in a sinking fund or a savings account. I used that money to pay for Jackson's hand. And then when I submitted all the paperwork, they sent me that money back from a different insurance company. Now, I technically didn't have to tithe off of that money, but I figured if God is faithful in every time I give money, and this makes me emotional, God is faithful to me every single time I give, then why would I not give off this money as well? So it's not necessarily a tithe, but more of an offering. And then I also gave an offering in my dad's church because they have what are called yearly assessment. And I'm not technically a member of that church because I only go 4 times a year, but I'm a member of that church. So I did my assessments. They didn't send me a letter or anything. It was just in my heart to do. So I just paid the assessment and went on. I just told the secretary, I said, hey, I'm going to pay my assessment and be fine. Because I'm technically a part of that church when I am there with my dad. My dad was the very first to license me as a minister. And I respect and appreciate him and my stepmom for allowing me to come. When I go, I'm allowed to sit in pulpit, and they treat me just like any of their other ministers. So that was something that I did on my own. So it just worked out no problem. Moving down. So that made what I put in baby step number 3, $1,440. And so that is how we got that final total on the front end. So I'm going to take you back to the main budget sheet. And so this is how we see now that my total expenses were $6,981.68. And we have $69.45 left, which probably because I paid gas, it's not. And we're actually over budget because I've had to pull money out of savings for the gas. I'm just choosing not to write all that down in here, right? So that's just how it ends up. It actually ends up taking some out of the baby step number 3 because I have had to put a ton of gas in my car, and I have a V4. I can't imagine what people with anything more than that are paying as far as gas is concerned. So that's where we're living right now. This is kind of how the budget is going, but I am going to have to make adjustments in my grocery budget so that I'm able to afford the gas. I thought I was going to have some other additional funds come in, and that has not been the case. So let me jump into regular video mode, and I'm going to share with you kind of some updates and some things that didn't work out according to plan. Real quick though, my monthly goals, I'm accounting for all my spending without the extra gas money. I'm just going to check that off. Using my weekly sheets, I'm checking that off. The flooring sinking fund, I have not started that. I haven't done Costco. I only did 75 in my Roth instead of 100. And then the food dehydrator has just had to go in the back burner. So there are certain goals that I didn't meet this month. I had 9, but I met 5 of them, and that's pretty good. So we're going to jump in to the wrap up. All right, y'all. So I'm going to have to try to angle myself right because the lighting is so disrespectful this morning. I'm up early filming on a Saturday morning because I'm so behind in filming. So I'm up. Couple things that I did not make allowances for, right? I went and filed my taxes. I did all that last week. And when I went in, they did tell us at the credit union that they will not be doing any more taxes after this year. So I'm going to actually just end up doing my own next year. The only reason I went to the credit union is because it was free. And then they started charging. But hey, listen, I was already there. They already had all my stuff. So, why change? But I've been paying to get my taxes done every year. So they called me this time. They said, hey, Shakema, you can come in and get your taxes are done. And I could tell when I got there something was not right. Now, y'all, I have never in my life paid federal taxes. Never. Never. And your girl had to pay taxes this year. I don't know what they did. And I had to pay twice the tax for state that I paid last year. And my sister said, Shakema, I've never paid for federal tax. Paid state taxes. And my sister makes more money than I do. She says, I've never paid state taxes. What in the world? Now, in total transparency, I claim the highest withholdings throughout the year so I can get my money. And the reason I started doing that is because when I got separated and divorced, I didn't have enough to meet the bills, right? You guys have been watching a long time, and people see me now and don't remember, especially if you're new. If you haven't been here the whole time, you just see what you see now thinking, oh, she over there living the grand life or whatever. But y'all, I couldn't meet the bills with what I was bringing in. So I had to change my deductions to the highest deduction, just so I could meet bills. Because remember, in the beginning, my ex-husband was not paying child support. It was 4 years before I went to court to get him to pay something. He would do a little here and a little there, but it was nothing stable. And then even after he went on child support, he got lax. He would quit a job. He would lose a job. He got behind once, and he didn't do that again because we had to go to court. And so what ended up happening was he just became very stable with it, which has been a blessing. I mean, it would be every summer, too. He would call me. What had happened was, so I just had to learn how to take care of me, right? Me and the kids, and did what I had to do. I said all that to say, because we had to put down anything we got as far as stimulus. And then those extra, $500 payments that came for the kids, right? That advance credit. All of that knocked me some kind of way. I don't know how. But, so I ended up having to pay quite a lot in state taxes. When I was sitting in the credit union, and then I had to pay for my return to get filed, because I normally just take that out of my federal return and not worry about it. When I sat there and was like, I was just like, what happened? And I had more charitable contributions this year than I've ever had before. I was like, what is different here? And for a minute, I started to feel some type of way about it. But the Lord brought to my mind, he said, but Shakema, you've saved the money for it, right? Because what I had planned to do was take anything that I didn't have to pay in taxes and throw it into my baby step number 3. And I had a pretty good amount saved, although I did have to pay for Gracie's vet bill, right? And I took that out of the tax money. So that was like almost $600. And then, y'all, I forgot to tell you this because I had to take that money from somewhere as well. I had to go and get a checkup on my car, 90,000 miles, and I had to get a service done. So I went in, and they wanted to charge me like $700 and some change for all the things. I said, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not. So I got 2 services done plus an oil change. And then the guy came over and he said, your brakes are at a 3. We like them to be between a 4 and a 6, but yours are at a 3, which means you only have 2,000 more miles before you're going to need a brake job anyway. Y'all, I drive 50 miles a day round trip just to my office, not even to my schools. So I knew that was still only going to give me 2 months. So I said, okay, here's what we do. Go ahead and do it. So I ended up spending $696 to get my car looked at. And I took $350 out of the tax money. So all in total, I took out about $1,000. No. Yeah, about $1,200 out of taxes between Gracie getting sick last year and what I needed this year. And God said, you still saved for it. So I had enough in my tax saved to pay for my federal taxes, which I have to write a check for that because they won't let you pay online. I went ahead and paid online my state taxes, and that check hurt me. That hurt me. Ooh, I didn't want to do it, but I did it. And if I needed to, and then I still have the money from this time, month, and February, because YouTube runs a month behind. So I got money in March, but that was actually February, right? So I have February and I have January's worth of taxes saved in my sinking funds still, right? So I'm good. I'm not going to move that money anywhere. I'm just going to leave it there. And I may take out the tax prep fee because I had to take that out of my savings account because that's in my Capital One 360. And it's fine there, but, you know, just trying to maneuver things. So I may take the tax fee out I'm not sure. I want to make sure that I have enough to cover next year, just in case I have that. So I felt away because I had thought, okay, if I get anything back from federal, I'm going to start my floors, right? Get the floors done. And I still have 4 trees out there that I need to get cut down. I had 11. I only have 4 now. The guy who came and did my trees did an amazing job. If you live in Wilmington or Jacksonville or the surrounding areas there, and you're looking for a tree guy, let me know, because that guy really does a great job. He did a phenomenal job, took care of my yard, all the debris from the limbs and all the things. I mean, he just did a phenomenal job, and we were so thankful for that. But it just was unexpected expenses that I didn't think about. I've had my car for a year now. And I'm going to have brakes, right? I just got to have brakes. And so that's what I said. Listen, I got to have my brakes done. We need to keep that together. It's perfectly fine. But I didn't want to spend that money. But because I had been saving and trying to move towards financial stability in every area of my life, that money was there and I needed it. And if I would have had to take more out to pay for my car, I would have. I could have set up a tax payment plan, but thanks be unto God that I didn't have to do that either, right? So sometimes things don't work out the way we plan them. I'm a single parent income. They were like, well, do you file head of household? Ma'am, I've been filing head of household for years. I've not been married in 12 years. So come on now, let's get this together. I just think they have been overwhelmed at the credit union with everybody getting taxes, and then with all the new tax laws and all the, the stimulus payments and stuff. I think they were just overwhelmed. And so they're like, listen, this is a service we offer. We don't have to do this. So we're going to go back to just being the bank. And it is what it is. It's no problem. So that's how that went. And again, I didn't want that. But it is what it is. And so we make adjustments as best as we can. So that was the breaks was from 2 weeks ago. So everything is paid, right? Except my federal taxes, which I just have to find my checkbook to write a check. Because I don't know where my checkbook is. I mean, I know where it is. I just can't put my fingers on. I don't keep it in my purse, right? I write checks. Just do the thing or go online and do all the things. So I've got to do that. Other than that, everything is washed out for the month. The only thing I still have to have concern with is gas. And I probably am going to have to use savings account money to get gas for next week. Because I got gas on Thursday, it's Saturday, and I'm already going to have gas by Monday again. I drive a lot, and I drive in different directions. I go as far as very close to the South Carolina border, into Carolina Beach, and just depending on what day that is. And some days I'm doing it on the same day. So I drive a lot, but summer's coming, and so I don't drive anywhere for work during summertime. It's just where I need to go locally. We will have spring break the middle of April, and that will be good. But again, everything is covered, and sinking funds are moving right along for next year. I mean, for as we're moving along. So I'm gonna let you know what I have in my sinking funds and how we're moving with that. Okay, you guys. So I got out my budget binder. This is the Live Rich planner, right, that I use. And so I'm just changing up how I'm doing some of the sinking funds. Well, where I'm writing them, not how I'm doing them. I used to write them here, right? But I don't have enough room because my sinking funds have expanded. So I've had to change and just put them in a different section. So I'm going to let you know update of sinking funds. Now, my taxes are about $485 because I've already paid out what I owed for state taxes. So $485 is what's in there, and I have to subtract $147. So that's going to be like $340 something, $330 something is what's going to be left in that account. And then if I take out the tax fee, which was the $95, I think it was $95, that should give me exactly what I needed for January and February. So I'll look and see to make sure that I have my January taxes and my February taxes in the sinking fund. So that's starting off next year's sinking fund for taxes. Now, the way it is, we're not getting any stimulus. We're not getting any prepayments. I should not have to pay next year.
right? All that stuff just kind of messed it up. You're just using the money early, right? That's what it is when I do those main withholdings early, right? That's how it is. I'm going to have to look at it that way, because if not, I'm going to feel away. When people tell me, oh, I got a significant tax refund, I'm like, really? Okay. Well, alrighty then, ma'am, for you. And I'm not going to be mad at anybody, because that's just, it is what it is. And we're good. Okay, for insurance, that's my car insurance. That's $0 because I just renewed in April. Ma'am has $255.43 in her account. Now, some people ask me about Acro. Acro, I do not pay any money for Acro. Shamika is Acro's mom. Acro is her dog. And Acro has, he has her funds, right? Her pocket. She does all the things. I say, hey, he needs this, and she does it. Or she has done in the past when he stayed with us before, she has a debit card for him. He has his own account, and she just puts money in and she does the thing. Or she'll Venmo it and we do the thing. Mostly, I just like her to pay for it and send it to my house. Can you just pay for it and have it dropped off here? We good. I don't want to do any transactions for anybody else's children, including their fur ones. So I say for me, now they share food. She'll do food 1 month. I'll do food 1 month. And that's just how it is, because they eat the same. So we don't, nobody has a special diet, so we don't worry about those problems. But if he needs, you know, dog bags, he needs a new collar, actually, because his is too big now. He just needs things. So I just need her to do the things he needs, and she takes care of it. She takes care of it. We take care of him. Life, good, all the things. PureFlix is $108.17. Car registration is $49.04. Pest control is $27.31, and that's because we did have pest control come this month, and I went ahead and paid the $80. We were saving $25, but now we have to up it to $27 because it's now $80 instead of $75. Oil change is $141.11, and technically that $141.11, I could actually dump that back into my taxes, because I have 2 more free oil changes from when I purchased my car, and I don't necessarily need an oil change but every 10,000 miles. And remember, I took the money out of my taxes for the brakes. So if I wanted to say that was just kind of car maintenance instead of oil change, I could change it to car maintenance. And then I could dump that $141 back into the taxes. I'm going to leave it for now because everything is good. Taxes are paid, brakes are done, all of the things. Household repairs, I have $400.36. P.O. Box is $36.06. The new camera or laptop, depending, is $190.23, so that's awesome. My business savings, I have $1.06. I'm not able to save anything right now because I'm still getting all of the things I need for One Mom. So that would be the Canva, that would be the Google Meets, that's mailings. I did a mailing this past week. It was $57 for my giveaway winners. All that I, pay for. Not, most times I pay for it out of my own account. It's just like, okay, I'm at the post office, just pay for it. Instead of having to move money over. So business expenses, that money, I have $104 there. I could pay myself back the $58, $57 and some change. I sent out all the giveaway winners that responded. So that I could actually pay myself back that $58. But it's just in there. It's whatever. And then in my Christmas account, I have 37 cents. So y'all know I take my October supplement money. I put that into my Christmas account, and I use that money for Christmas. I don't save for Christmas. I don't put money aside. I take my October supplement that I get from my work at school, and I use that for Christmas. This year we saved, I think it was $1,000. My kids got $150 a piece, and then we did all the other little gifts that we had to exchange with friends and family and all that, and it was enough. I didn't have to spend over. I didn't do anything in addition that I would normally have done. So that is the skinny of it, the long and the short, right? We've done all the things. We've solved all of Shakema's problems, the world's problems. You guys, one of the things I think that's really uber important, please, please, please take time to sit and do your budgets. Take time to sit and sync your funds if you are able. If you're not able at this point to sync funds, then don't do it. But if you have the wherewithal or the capacity at which to do it, because it's going to save you in the long run. Those breaks could have been the difference between, you know, me going in the hole and not. But I had the money in a different account. Normally, I don't want to pull money out of that account. And I wasn't even thinking, but, you know, I had household repairs. I had stuff going on. Mr. Jerome's coming back next month to do some work for me. Actually, I ended up having him bring some dirt out here. That was Mr. Jerome. He brought some dirt and he did a bed project for me, but I had some money set aside for that. And so that all paid for itself. So, you know, you're just looking, I'm not looking to move money or pull money from places, but if I had to, in a pinch, I've got money here. That's in my Capital One 360 account. Never thought I would do the Capital One 360, but it ended up being a good idea for me after the fact. So I have that account. All I have to do if I'm going to buy something is take the money, move it into the main checking, use my debit card. It's done. It's a done deal. Like the money for the taxes is sitting in there. It's going to process out on Monday, right? I just scan my little QR code, process out on Monday. We all good. They e-file my taxes, all things perfect, right? And now, prayerfully, they will not send me a notice saying I didn't pay my state taxes because they've done that the last 3 or 4 years. And I'm like, ma'am, I paid my taxes. They had put it on an old account where I still was attached to my ex-husband. And I'm like, no. That's over. Done. Please. So the lady's like, well, if you pay it online, it'll be better. So I tried it online this time. Hopefully we ain't gonna have no problems. I saved my email. I got all my receipts. I got all my stuff just in case. I took a picture of it with my phone. I got all the things because I want to have proof that I paid my taxes. So usually why I like to pay it with a check because then I get that return check and I'm able to go in and see, no, you deposited this money, honey. And I had to do that twice in the last couple of years. So anywho, just be prepared. Be ready for it. Do all the things that are necessary for your family. In my little heart of hearts, I'm still feeling the way about them taxes. But you know what? It's all going to be good, and I'm not going to worry. God has provided everything that we have needed. There's not one beat missed over here. Did I have plans? I did. But, you know, my plans are not his plans. And if he wants, I found the perfect guy to do my floor. I know him. I know his work ethic. He will drive here. He's actually my stepmom's brother. He does all types of household renovations, repairs. And so as soon as he is, I get the money, he'll come. He said, I'll put in whatever you want. I said, well, you drive this for about 1 hour and 45. He said, I'll drive anywhere for a job. Listen, right? So you compensate people well, but I don't have the money for the floors right now. So I'm going to wait. I do get a supplement in April, and we'll see if that's enough to do it. If not, then I'll just save and I'll get the floors done as I'm able. I wanted to do them now, but I do not have the money to do them now, so I won't do them now. And that'll be perfectly fine. We'll be good. It'll be no problem. I do have $1,000 at least in my emergency fund. Baby step number 3. I'm nowhere near the $11,000 that I need. It's just because things keep coming up and we have to, you know, make adjustments. So even though it seems like we're doing great, I would be doing great if I was at baby step number 3 fully funded, and I'm not. So I'm still working towards that. Every day is working towards something. Anywho, you guys, so there is the update, all the things we got going on over here and all the numbers and how they crunch out. You know, I tell you the truth. I share the real things. I don't have time to be trying to make up no scenarios. This is what it is. So anywho, if you like the video, be sure and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. If you are a new subscriber, thank you for being with us. We love you. If you have questions about anything that I shared, please leave a comment down below. The budget sheet that I always use is linked in the description box. All you have to do is copy that URL, paste it in your browser, and it'll automatically download for you. I've never paid for it. It's not my sheet. I didn't make it up. But I just did a Google search, and that's what came up. And it's worked for me fantastically over the past, I would say, 3 or 4 years now. I was using something different before. But I like the weeklies to help me see what I'm spending, which week are heavy with spending. And so that has just worked out very well for my family. And it works out great. Shamika uses it. Alana's getting ready to start using it as well because, of course, she's graduating in June. So all the things, right? Anywho, you guys, I've got to go get ready for another meeting. There it is. Just wanted to update you because it's been a minute. And I don't know why my time is off, but I'm about to get back on my A game. So I love y'all. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share it if you feel like it's helpful to someone. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye now.